When resources dwindle, the body flips a switch into survival mode, dialing back on growth and sparking a fascinating internal cleanup process known as autophagy, a term rooted in ancient Greek, blending self and to consume, painting a vivid picture of the body feeding on itself in the most resourceful way. Imagine it as nature's ultimate recycling initiative, a cellular rummage sale where the body sifts through its own clutter to find hidden treasures. Sorting the clutter in times of scarcity, the body turns into a master scavenger, combing through its microscopic storerooms, our cells, for anything past its prime, worn-out proteins, rusty mitochondria, or bits of cellular debris that have lost their spark. This isn't just spring cleaning, it's a full-on renovation. The junk gets dismantled and repurposed, transformed into energy to keep the lights on, or raw materials to rebuild anew. This dual-purpose system keeps the pantry stocked while ensuring quality control, a mechanism so vital it's been fine-tuned over 1 billion years of evolution. Its brilliance didn't go unnoticed. Scientists who unlocked its mysteries were honored with a Nobel Prize in 2016, spotlighting this timeless art of renewal. Every day, our cells churn out a bustling workforce of over 10,000 unique proteins, each one a tiny cog in the machine. But these cogs can wear down, bend out of shape, or break entirely, demanding a swift cleanup crew. Back when survival meant scraping by, food was a rare guest, and the next meal was anyone's guess. The body adapted to this feast or famine rhythm, holding off on deep cleaning until lean times forced its hand. Today, though, abundance is the norm. With overflowing plates and snack-stocked shelves, the body shrugs. No need to rummage for scraps when replacements are a dime a dozen. The result? Cellular attics pile high with forgotten junk. This buildup isn't just wasteful, it's a slow sabotage. Clearing out the old to make way for the new doesn't just restock the shelves, it sweeps away rot that could clog the system. Our ancestors, dining once a day or fasting for stretches, kept their cleanup switches flipped on. In our era of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus a midnight snack, those switches gather dust, and the trash heaps grow taller. The aging junkyard in a world of plenty, our baseline cleanup rate idles low and slows further as the years stack up. Across the animal kingdom, this fading efficiency is a universal hallmark of aging, leaving behind a scrapyard of cellular refuse that drags down weary cells. Experts now see this not just as a symptom of growing old, but as a root cause, a domino tipping the balance toward decline. Autophagy isn't just a bystander. It's a linchpin in the quest for longer, healthier lives. Block its pathways, and the fountain of youth runs dry. Whether through diet tweaks, medications, or gene edits, vitality fades without it. Boost it, though, and the rewards are striking. In lab mice, revving up autophagy stretched lifespans by an impressive 17% while sharpening their vigor. No surprise, then, that this cellular overhaul sits at the heart of cutting-edge longevity quests. Flipping the switch, the simplest way to kickstart this renewal. Trim the buffet. Cutting back on calories, think of it as a reset fast. Lights. Up the cleanup crew, giving new depth to the idea of a cleansing break. But the full engine doesn't roar until a day or two of fasting, a stretch best not tackled solo. Heed the "leave it to the pros" warning. A gentler approach? Long-term? Moderation. Muscle samples from folks practicing sustained calorie trimming, like members of a lean living collective, hint at a steady hum of renewal. Exercise might just be the golden ticket, though. An hour of heart-pumping activity, say, a brisk jog, or a dance session at 60% of your max can stir the cleanup pot. Sprint intervals haven't shown the same magic, and lifting weights remains a question mark, but the evidence is clear. Moving beats sitting still. Saboteurs in the kitchen. Some foods throw a wrench in the works. Take saturated fats. They dampen a key cleanup activator, AMPK, stalling the process. Meanwhile, a protein-pushing enzyme called mTOR slams the brakes entirely. Think animal-heavy diets loaded with steak or whey shakes. In one study, volunteers fasted for a day and half, only to see their cleanup grind to a halt after sipping a protein drink, far more than a carb-loaded sip would have done. Even some carbs play dirty. Deep-fried treats like onion rings or kettle chips churn out acrylamide, a chemical born of high heat that gums up the gears, at least in lab dishes. It's no shock that gobbling these goodies ties to shorter lives, a clue baked into old wisdom decrying frying as a culinary sin. Allies of renewal, on the flip side, foods that fire up AMPK, like those spotlighted earlier, rev up the cleanup crew. But there's a shortcut. Sip something soothing. Coffee, that morning ritual, doesn't just perk you up. It's a powerhouse for renewal. Studies decades back stumbled on a curious link. Coffee drinkers showed calmer livers, a pattern echoing globally. Folks at risk for liver woes, like those carrying extra weight or tipping back too many drinks, slashed their odds of trouble by half with a couple of cups daily. Why? Caffeine and its kin kickstart fat-clearing autophagy in the liver, a trick that stretches lifespans in yeast. Worms and mice, caffeinated or not. In humans, 3 cups a day, regular or decaf, shave 13% off mortality risk, tacking on roughly a year of life. What's the secret sauce? Coffee's packed with over 1,000 compounds, but the star might be chlorogenic acid, a potent antioxidant that fuels the cleanup fire. Light roasts keep it rich, dark roasts torch up to 90% of it. Skip the low-acid gimmick. It's just a sneaky way to say less good stuff. And hold the milk. Dairy proteins latch onto the magic, slashing its punch from 68% to 40%. Absorbed. Nut milks like almond or oat? Likely fine, but soy's the proven champ, letting good bugs unlock the goods later in the gut. Brew smart too. Drip coffee trumps espresso for higher yields, and paper filters strain out cholesterol-spiking oils, a win backed by decades tracking 500,000 people. Not everyone's invited to the coffee party, though. Folks with glaucoma, reflux, or sleepless nights might sit this one out, and pregnant sippers face extra risks. The longevity molecule enters spermidine, a quirky compound first spotted in the 1600s by a microscope pioneer peering at, well, personal samples. It's everywhere in us, cradling DNA and sparking cleanup. But it fades with age, halved by our 50s. Yet centenarians and oddball naked mole rats defy the drop, hinting at its power. Feed it to mice late in life, and they thrive 25% longer, their hearts, brains, and kidneys humming. In people, diets rich in it, like 12+ milligrams daily, slash death rates, rewinding the clock nearly 6 years, a perk holding firm across food quality. Where to find it? Think earthy treasures. Tempeh, 9.7 milligrams per serving. Mushrooms, 9.2 milligrams. Green peas, 5.8 milligrams. Or a sprinkle of wheat germ, 2.5 milligrams per tablespoon. Soy reigns supreme, and even popcorn sneaks in at 2.1 milligrams. Skip the supplements, just wheat germ, in fancy wrapping, and lean on plants, which fuel both spermidine and the gut bugs that churn out more. Fiber-rich beans and grains double down, keeping the cleanup crew on call. The takeaway autophagy is the body's unsung housekeeper. ARC, legacy of lean times now dulled by plenty. Firing it up through sweat, sips, or smart bites clears the cobwebs, staving off age's creep. Dodge the fry basket, savor coffee's brew, and pile on spermidine-rich greens. It's not just about living longer, it's about thriving while you're here.